said, the funding for the 911 Communications Center. I think District 3 has probably been a partner in financing the Communication Center since they established this mechanism of funding it. How long ago, Keith, was it? You started about 8 or 10 years ago? Was when it was 10 years ago? 10 years ago. The previous administration had developed this method of funding. It's problematic. You have to be aware of that. We did not get a chance to address it last year because in 2020, coronavirus, the 911 board did not have an opportunity to meet. They met for the first time last Wednesday. We was able to meet with them and discuss some of these issues. So what I'm going to present now is the projected budget for this year. Okay? And this is for the 911 Communication Center. See, the total operating expense is $922,697. That's to run the 911 Communications Center. Okay. Total amount of revenue generated is $291,000, and that revenue is coming from the sale ID charges, 911 surcharges, and the prepaid wireless charges. $291,000. Okay. We subtract that, and it leaves us with balance of $631,697 to finance that center. All right. At that point in time, the police jury kicks in $72,000 towards the media center. The hospital district board puts up $120,000. So that leaves us with a remainder of $439,697. Okay. And the way they came up with financing that $439,000 was they would split it 60-40. 60% would be split between the sheriff's office and the municipality of the parish. That's the Port-Pete Sheriff's Office, City of New Roads, Town of Fort Oaks, Town of Livonia, and the Town of Morganza. And 40% would be funded through the fire districts. Okay? And the municipalities, the way they came up with the percentage that they would pay is by the population served. The fire districts, the way they figured their percentage was by the call volumes. Okay? So, as you see, the Port-Pete Sheriff's Office will pay 66%, it's $174,120. The City of New Roads will pay $55,402. Town of Fort Oaks will pay $10,553. Town of Livonia will pay $15,829. And in Morganza will pay $7,915. That's for a total of $263,818. All right? And that's out of the 439. And the remainder of that was covered by the fire district. Fire District 1, projected at 14% is $24,623. Fire District 2, at 5%, $8,794. Fire District 3, which is y'all, $29,899, 17%. Fire District 4 is at 25%, at $43,970. Fire 5 is at 39%. That's $8,593 for a total of $175,879, which makes up the $439. That's the funding of the communication center. As you can see, the biggest expense of the communication center is naturally the salaries and benefits. Everything else is very streamlined. We did not increase anything in our operating expenses. We have a book in the near future that's going to need to be swapped out and changed out. We're going to have to address that. But right now, it's fair on operation. All right. So I'll be glad to any question you have. If I answer the question, and also keep the 911 chair. So he can help us out. Sir, communications is not my expertise. I have following here.
District 3 is paying $899. That does not include what we pay to District 5 for the supplement, right?
Correct. It does not.
Okay.
That was done separately as an incentive for the dispatchers to do what was needed to maintain the continuing education that's required for PIAL. That's not part of their job description, but it was something that we wanted to have done so that we could gain more ground with PIL for every department when it was rated. So that was a separate item that everybody agreed to. And you're correct, that number does not include that.
Okay. Do you remember about what we paid a year?
$7,200.
Now, how much of an increase is that from last year to this year?
Let's see. $3,205 from last year.
Well, 24,852.
Last year, Sheriff, on District 3 was $29,243. They were given a credit of $3,470 because they didn't respond to many calls they anticipated. So they paid $25,773 last year. So about $3,200 difference.
Okay, so when does this come up? When is this due?
Now, our fiscal year starts July 1st. So anytime between now and then.
And have y'all been to the other districts yet?
Yes, we have. We have 2 left. District 1 and 2.
What's been a response with the other ones?
They have been supportive. They've had questions and concerns, just like I have questions and concerns, and like the whole board has, but they have been supportive of it. We was in town photos last night, Monday night in town of Owen, and they've had questions about it, naturally. Concern, and I got concerns too. When this originally came out years ago, 10 years ago, Steve, that's when I was still in Livonia. My concern always was hard to budget because every year it goes up. And you know, our budget was running from December 31st to January 1. And it would come in the middle of the year, you never know how much to budget because the increases. And we're aware of all that. And we discussed that with the board last Wednesday. And I think probably Keith can maybe answer some better than I can. What your policy is, if we're addressing this pretty quickly, coming from a committee to start addressing how we're going to finance this communication center for the future. Because we have some equipment there, like I said, it's very old. It needs to be changed out. Some of that equipment is $500,000 a pop. And it's very expensive to maintain and operate. So it's old. And we have to upgrade. Right, Ms. Paul?
Yes. I have a question, if that's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I see that the only flexibility in the budget allocations is for the departments, right? And that's based on call volume. Have you guys thought about the contribution from the hospital service district and if they could contribute more as, you know, the cost goes up, or if any of those other, you can only get so much from the tax revenues that are coming into the parish, but there is some flexibility, I think, with the hospital service district for that.
You know, and I looked at that and I was concerned about that too. That's one thing that I kind of paid some attention to. But, you know, as I'm thinking about it, maybe keeping it, I don't know, I think that the hospital district board is just helping us out because they want to be a good partner.
Right.
As well as the police jury is kicking in $72,000 because they want to just help us along to make up some of that. And the problem with this is, if one of these entities pull out, say the hospital district board pulls out $120,000 from us, we cripple. We cripple. 2 of them pull out. A municipality and the hospital district board, we're almost unfunctional. We can't fund it. And we have to have an communication center for our parish because that's the centralized dispatch for everything, fire, police, EMS. You can't operate without that. So, yes, ma'am, I understand that, but, you know, how do you go to them and say, you're already giving her 20, and yes, I'd like to increase it, but they're not really.
So have they had any increases, I guess, over the past? Have you looked at the trend for the past 5 years? Have they ever had an increase?
Do you know if any key from
No, the hospital service district and the police jury was a fixed number in that they didn't have other money from the jury to be able to contribute. We were lucky to get the $72,000 when this was all put together. The hospital service district technically doesn't have to contribute anything. As Brad said, they're giving us something to help solve some of the costs, to reduce the cost expense for the fire districts as well as all of the municipalities.
Right. I mean, they're giving about $55,000 less than all the 5 districts combined. 5 fire districts. So that's a lot.